one of the things that I've got going on, in addition to these lights down here to give me some good lighting, is this is my solar charge controller right here. And every once in a while, this thing will stop working. And I think it's because it overheats. And I think the reason why it overheats is because I put it right up against the bulkhead, as you can see now. What I'm gonna do is put some spacers on this, bring it away from the bulkhead in the hopes that it will be more reliable. All right, first step is to cover the solar panel because it's producing electricity right now, and I can't really work on that as long as it's putting electricity in. So we're gonna shut the solar panel off. We're gonna do that by just covering it up with this big blanket. So. My plan is, first, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the power input here. I changed out my sunglasses, put them on my regular glasses because it's just too dark back here. I went to the local hardware store and I got 4 screws that are a little longer, and I also bought a whole bunch of these washers, and my plan is to stack these washers. And let's make sure these screws will even go in. Yeah, they will. And let's make sure that the screws will go in here. So my plan is to go ahead and close this because I think I might be able to do it just like this. I'm gonna unscrew this. This screw is actually pretty long. I don't think I needed to buy those extra screws. This screw is perfectly long enough. So I stacked 3 of those washers and put them in between the bulkhead and the charge controller. That means I can take this one out. This one's gonna be hard to see on camera. I'll bring it over so you can kind of see it over here. I'm gonna unscrew that. Try to slide the spacer in. So we're going to unscrew this all the way so I can get those washers under it. Okay. So now it's only held by that screw down there, and I'm going to stack them in the same way that I did before. And I'm going to try to put this in. I might be able to just, I'm gonna try it this way. Stick them in like that. And then, oh, that might have been the ticket. Yes. It's going in, look at that. You think this will help?
I think it's gonna completely help.
Yeah, right, it should help, assuming that I'm right in what the cause is, that it's an overheating problem. We don't really know. But when I get back underway, you know, we'll be effectively testing it. So, okay. Okay, we have 3 in there. That's good. Okay. And we're just gonna go 3 deep. It's only like that deep, but it's going to give some airflow, and hopefully it'll give enough airflow to where it'll keep it cool enough. We'll see. We don't know for sure. I think I'm going to drop this down just to give myself a little bit more. Let's see about this. Well, there it is. I've got 3 washers spacing this thing out all the way around so it's solidly mounted, but as you can see, I've got some gap now, some airflow back behind the charge controller. That's not a bad installation. I think it's pretty solid. Probably more solid than it was, actually. All right, well, Karen and I, we made it to the beach access point. It's at the end of the beach. So we're gonna walk the beach as far as we can. Well, Karen and I learned later that this is the north end of the hotel zone in Puerto Vallarta, and the hotel zone is really long in this town, and the Malecon is relatively short. We ended up walking a lot on the beach here before we actually got to the Malecon. What do you think, Rue?
It's beautiful.
Several hotels along the beach have built these man-made jetties for special events, and they're available for rent through the hotel. Pretty cool. Made it to the Puerto Vallarta Malecon.
We're here.
We're checking it out now. Oh, it's on.
Let's do it.
So now I've been to the Malecons at Ensenada, La Paz, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta, and my understanding of them has changed a lot. Today I see them as a celebration of Mexico and its people and their relationship to the sea and the art that they create. And on every Malecon I've seen, I've found some kind of amphitheater or stage where civic events can be held that bring the town together. And then there's Murphy's Irish Pub, the place where coasties would hang out on mid-patrol break. The Christian tradition in Mexico is strong. It's clearly one of those things that contributes to the sense of national unity that permeates the air in Mexico.